Hello, and welcome back to your Monday morning women's health tidbit for the week. Today, I want to share with you how you can harness your hormonal superpowers every single month to support your body and lower your overall stress load in your body and in your life. So, first, let's look at a few ways that stress is actually impacting your hormone health, why this is so important, and how it might be showing up. If you struggle with period problems and low energy, or you can't sleep, mood swings, irritability, you always are struggling with PMS, even anxiety, your symptoms might actually all come back to the stress that your body is under on a daily basis, both internally and or externally. Not only is the struggle of stress and burnout really real in today's world, it's actually impacting your body in a number of ways. Number one, when you're under stress of any kind, your body goes into fight or flight mode, and we produce cortisol, a stress hormone. This means your body is only actually worried about surviving that stressful situation. And oftentimes, that stressful situation is only in your mind. And in all honesty, your body's going to respond the same way chemically, whether you see a bear coming at you or you realize you missed the deadline. And this causes things like digestion and hormone production to be put on hold, which is great if we're actually in danger. But more often than not, these stressful events that our body's responding to aren't like real dangers. They're perceived as stress from life and work and finances and family. Or they're internal stressors stemming from inflammation, blood sugar dysregulation, and an overload of toxins. Now, while you're in this stress response, your body is sending all the energy and all the resources to your brain and your muscles and your heart to either fight the stress or flight. And in turn, this is shutting off energy and resources to your digestive system, to your ovaries, to your uterus, to your liver, and so much more. This is super helpful in the moment, but the repeated exposure to stress throughout your day, that chronic stress, honestly is wreaking havoc on your whole system, including your hormones. An overload of stress literally suppresses hormone production. Now, number two, in that stress response, your digestion is also put on hold. So since digestive health is a critical piece to hormone health, it's where we absorb the nutrients and we metabolize hormones and we excrete excess hormones and so on. If digestion is put on hold, we're going to get inflammation, recirculating toxins. This is all going to impact hormone production. And actually, 95% of your serotonin is made in your gut. The gut also influences cholesterol levels, and cholesterol is a precursor for balancing estrogen and progesterone. Serotonin is one of those feel-good hormones. If your gut isn't working because of stress, your hormones will be impacted. There's no way around it. Number three, even if you do produce hormones adequately, when you are under excess stress or chronic daily stress, it can steal away those hormones basically and use them as a building block to help your body make more cortisol, which is that stress hormone. This leaves you with major imbalances. Too much stress robs you of things like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and it leaves you with anxiety, infertility, irregular periods, low libido, sleep troubles, heavy, painful periods that's accompanied by raging PMS. And number four, lastly, since hormones all work together in harmony, like an orchestra, if one is out of whack, the whole bundle gets thrown off. So when cortisol is out of whack due to high amounts of stress, things like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, thyroid, and even other adrenal hormones are going to be impacted. This is why reducing your overall stress load internally and externally is crucial to hormone health and women's health in general. This is also why you can take all the birth control and the hormonal therapy and all the supplements you want. But if you do not address the stress that your body is under, you most likely are not going to see very many lasting changes. The number one easiest and most effective way we can start supporting our bodies as women in reducing this stress load is to start working with our natural cycle blueprints. So each month, our hormones fluctuate greatly. And a really easy way to think of this is to kind of relate our hormone cycle to the seasons in nature. If we're thinking seasons in nature, there's a time for absolutely everything. In winter, a lot of nature goes into rest and restore mode. Spring sets the stage for growth. We're planting seeds, things begin to blossom. Summer is vibrant and full of growth and full of energy. And then fall, that growth gets harvested as nature prepares for another winter. We wind back down. This is what your body goes through every single cycle, every single month. So your period, when you actually bleed, is like that winter energy. Your body during this time needs rest and restoration. Your hormones are low, so your body needs more love. You require more nutrient-dense foods. Your body needs nurturing and rest and gentle forms of movement. Brain-wise, your hormones are wired for ideas and being really intuitive. After your period is when we enter that follicular phase. Hormones begin rising. It's like the spring energy. Things start to increase. Specifically, estrogen is going to really start to increase. So you might feel with this an increase in energy, an increase in motivation. You might notice digestive symptoms change during this time because of the way that estrogen is actually connected to our gut health. And as your hormones increase, it's also great to increase the movement and the energy with that. Mindset wise, you're going to want to expand on those ideas that you had in your menstrual phase. You're going to let those things start to bloom and blossom. And then everything continues to rise until it peaks at ovulation. And that's like your internal summer. Your hormones have been rising and rising and rising, and now they're peaking. You're on the top of your game. Your energy is high. Your libido is high. Your body needs lots of fiber and antioxidants to clear out that excess hormones. When hormones are being recirculated in the body, that is when we get symptoms. Now, during this time, you might kind of feel like a social butterfly. You want to connect, you want to do the things. You take those ideas that you've been planning out and you put them into action. And movement wise, again, it's a great time to spike things up, to increase those with the increase in your hormones. And then as soon as we ovulate, we enter the luteal phase, your inner fall. Hormones now decrease as we prepare for a new cycle. That's that fall energy. Hormones are shifting. Estrogen is going to start dropping. Progesterone is now going to lead. We actually only produce progesterone when we ovulate. And just so you know, the pill, the birth control pill, stops natural ovulation. Stress steals progesterone. And low progesterone, you're not happy and you're not calm. It's our happy, calm hormone. Imbalances in estrogen and progesterone during this time, you're going to get the PMS, the symptoms. Now, during this time, your metabolism also speeds up, meaning you're going to need to eat more. You're going to be more hungry. Blood sugar is going to change. Super important to bring balance to that, to reduce those cravings. Carbs are actually really, really crucial during this time to reduce anxiety, to reduce irritability, to reduce those sugar cravings. Your brain is wired to wind down, complete tasks. It's a great time to focus, tie up loose ends. And most likely, you're actually going to be able to focus your best during this time. Movement-wise, let's get in some strength. We don't want the same intensity we had during spring and summer. We're now winding back down with strength. So all of that being said, you can harness your movement, your food, your lifestyle, your mindset habits, your scheduling, your work productivity, all around these natural shifts. And whether you pay attention and acknowledge these things or not, they are happening naturally in your body every single cycle. It only makes sense to work with them instead of always working against ourselves. When we work with our bodies and the natural flow, we significantly reduce internal stress, and we also allow natural hormone balance to occur. Less internal stress makes you more resilient to handle external stress in your life. Now, not only that, but when we leverage these 4 phases of our cycle, we can tap into our amazing potential as a woman, and we can get the full benefits of each of these phases. Everything from heightened intuition to more energy, to better relaxation, to more creativity, lessened symptoms, regular periods, and a feeling of actually being connected to your own body again. If you are highly stressed, anxious, you can't wind down, you're constantly stuck in the go, go, go mentality of life, this is going to be incredibly important for you because it gives you that blueprint. It can be so much easier to be gentle with yourself when you understand why you feel the way you do and where you are at in your cycle. Your body literally gives you this blueprint into how to live your best life and feel good while doing so. Your body knows what it needs, what to eat, how hard to exercise, when things are too much, when to rest. But we've been taught to suppress this communication, to ignore it, to push it down, to push harder and do more. And doing so is leaving you feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, moody, insecure, burnt out, struggling with digestion, crazy periods, and sometimes even struggling with weight resistance. If this feels confusing to you, I really encourage you to start thinking of your cycle like the seasons in nature. Start tuning into how you feel energetically, mentally, and physically throughout those seasons every month. Women are unique, and we are not meant to do it all the time. We are not meant to be constantly operating at the same capacity, but we aren't taught these things. And instead, we're made feel like we are failing and like something is wrong with us when we simply just cannot always do it all. We feel like we have to take on the world every single day. And doing so is taking a toll on your nervous system and your stress, and therefore your hormones, digestion, moods, and your life in general. This is why I do what I do. It's why I show women how to honor their body's natural fluctuations while at the same time taking care of themselves, their life, their family, and all that has to be done without the added stress and overwhelm. Tuning in and honoring your hormonal superpowers every single month is one of the best ways to not only reduce that stress, but also take on life with ease. Now, this topic of cycle superpowers and learning to honor them naturally and work in harmony with your body, it's one of the main pillars to everything I do with women on a daily basis. But it's also a whole section in the Nourished Women's Protocol. It's one of the main pieces to that larger puzzle of women's health. And we really, really do have to stop ignoring it. If you want to learn more about this, as well as the other components of becoming a nourished, thriving, energized, and healthy woman, click the link in the description and get your name on the Nourished Women's Protocol waitlist. Enrollment for this opens in January, and you're really not going to want to miss out. So do that, but also don't forget to like and share this video if you enjoyed it.